So here we're simplifying, and in this case I believe it's easier if we just multiply straight across and then simplify afterward, right? So let's go ahead and do that. We'll get a 4y to the 5 in the numerator, and we'll get a 12y squared in the denominator, and then we could break them down into factors. So we'll have a 2 times 2 times 5y's in the numerator, and then we'll have a 2 times 2 times 3 times 2y's in the denominator. And so we have two 2's up in the numerator, and we have two factors of 2 in the denominator, so we can cancel those out. And then we have 2y's in the denominator, and we have 2y's in the numerator, so we can cancel those out. And so what are we left with? We're left with y to the 3 over 3. Right? And so there is no value of y that makes the denominator equal to 0, so we're going to have a y to the 3 over 3 with no excluded values. Right? Alright, so this problem here, would probably be best off factoring because we have this quadratic expression in the numerator. So let me go ahead and put the x over here, and we'll do a times c is going to be 2, and then our b is 3, so two factors multiplied to 2 add to 3 are going to be 2 and 1, both positive. So now let's rewrite our rational expressions here. So we'll have 4x squared over, and down here I like to write x plus 2 times x plus 2 to make it clear that we have two factors of x plus 2 when we have a squared up there. So I'm going to do x plus 2 times x plus 2, and then in the numerator, that's what we just factored here, right? So I'm going to write my quadratic expression as two factors of x plus 2 times x plus 1. And then in the denominator, we have a x squared plus 1. All right, so now we're looking at it, and do we have any common factors? Well, we have an x plus 2 here and an x plus 2 there, so we can cancel those out. And we have no other common factors. So this is our simplified version. So we'll do a 4x squared times x plus 1 over x plus 2 times x squared plus 1. That's our simplified version. It's not very simple at all, but that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and write that over here. 4x squared, x plus 1 over x squared, x plus 2 times x squared plus 1. Alright, let's go ahead and look at number 6. And so here, let's go ahead and see if we can factor first, right? So what are we going to get? We're going to get a x over, and here we could factor out a 2, right, between, is the greatest common factor of 2 and 4. So let's factor out a 2. That leaves us with x plus 2. And then on the right side, we can factor out an x, right? The terms have an x. So we'll factor out an x. That leaves us with x plus 2. And I'm going to put the right side under 1 so we can be clear what is in the numerator and what is in the denominator. And so now we're looking at all of our factors, and so we're saying, well, there's an x plus 2 down here and an x plus 2 up at the top, so I'm going to cancel those out. And I think we're done. So let's go ahead and now multiply straight across, and so we get x squared over 2 is our simplified form. And there is no value of x, which makes the denominator equal to 0, so we'll say x squared over 2, and our excluded value is going to be equal to 0.